Hi, I'm Bob Dailey, and this is Gulf Coast Gardening with Nature's Way Resources. Hi everybody, we're here with Sarah Munday, who is helped build this garden. It's a gorgeous garden. Sarah, tell us about what you planted here and what this is.
So this is our children's garden. We use it as a teaching garden for children in the community. It has a very specific design to help encourage children to kind of wander through and look at all of the different plants that we plant. We plant in season so that they can see the things that grow at the appropriate times. And we encourage children to taste as they walk along and to try new things.
Great, and it's shaped like a pizza.
Yes, we figured that would, all children love pizza, and that's a good way to get veggies is on your pizza. And so we talk about that as we walk through and which vegetables we would put on our pizza. Now tell us about the process. This is an organic garden, isn't it? Yes, it is. So as an organic garden, we try to limit the use of pesticides and herbicides. The ones that we do use are OMRI certified, and we really try to limit the use of those as well because we do like to be able to take fresh from the garden and eat it right there. Who designed this garden? It was actually a collaborative effort between some staff at Interfaith, myself, and then also some of the township. We had we have another garden, and we had tried to incorporate having children there, but we really felt like having a dedicated space for them to have free reign would be the best. And so we got together and put our minds together and designed this garden in the process. So tell me about who comes out here? Do children come out to this garden? Absolutely. So we've got a couple of different ways that children are invited into the garden. As a program of Interfaith, registered volunteers of Interfaith are able to bring their children out with them. Also, we have school groups come out, church groups, Girl Scout troops. All of that is arranged through the offices of Interfaith, but we encourage children of all ages to come and join us. We're here with Madeline and Lily, and they are harvesting squash. This is butternut squash, and it's ready to be harvested. So as you can see, it's a beautiful plant, and the harvest is really great. I think you encourage children to come out here and actually pick the vegetables too. We do. We have the children harvest them, and like I said, to taste some as well. So taste fresh kale, taste fresh strawberries to see what they taste like. Right, and where does the produce go after this? So the produce that we harvest today and on our regular harvest days will go back to the food pantry at Interfaith. It helps to supplement the dry goods that the food pantry is able to hand out to their clients. Great, fantastic. Let's go pick some more. Let's see. All of these were planted by children. Yes. Children. So this right here was planted by a Girl Scout troop. The peppers there were planted by a Girl Scout troop. Some youth volunteers from Interfaith to plant our cover crop, which are the southern peas, which we do during the summer. I remember you hauled a lot of soil in here. Who did that? That was once again done by volunteers, teenage volunteers this time, with a little bit more manpower. We've also had compost put down seasonally done by teenage volunteers as well. Fantastic. Let's go see some of the rest of the garden. Sarah, we have several gardens out here, several of these portions that are only flowers. Tell us about these. We have one that's planted with native plants, one that's herbs, one that's berries, and this is our pollinator garden. Our pollinator garden is to attract bees and butterflies to help to give them something to sustain them and also to help pollinate our garden. Fantastic. And can you identify some of these plants out here? Absolutely. So this right here is a Mexican sunflower. This right here is a rock rose. We have some coneflowers, some lantana, some salvia in the back, and then some more lantana here. Beautiful.
Now you have another garden, a native plant garden over here. Let's go look at that.
Okay.
Okay, Sarah, tell us about this garden.
So this garden right here has native plants and a kumquat tree. The kumquat tree is for the kids to be able to taste. They're one of the citrus that you can eat whole. And then the flowers here to demonstrate a little bit of what happens when you have native plants. We planted this about 3 years ago with just a few plants, and you can see how much it's grown. That's the great thing about native plants is that they don't require a lot of water. They're used to the conditions, so they're used to how hot it gets, they're used to how cold it gets, and they seed themselves every year. So they've filled up this entire bed throughout the seasons.
This is a beautiful garden. What are some of these flowers here?
These are rudbeckia. A lot of people call them brown-eyed Susans. We have the coneflowers, and maybe popping up that you can't see, we have some coreopsis as well.
Fantastic. The coneflowers is an echinacea, right?
Yes, that's right.
And people use that in cough syrup.
They do. They also have a very medicinal purposes.
Fantastic. This is Gulf Coast Gardening. Stay tuned for more with Nature's Way Resources. And remember, you can come out to Nature's Way Resources for all your gardening and plant needs.